Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today, this video is going to be packed with alpha because we've had incredible wins from the previous videos and live streams. So I want to give a good roundup of the status of current calls and also bring new alpha and new calls in today's video. So stay tuned until the end. And obviously, I need to start this video by talking about Riv. This has been a generational wealth call. If you guys have been listening to me, I've been talking about this project for months before it was even out. I was the first person, the first influencer, the first KOL, whatever you want to call me, to ever bring this before it was even live. I called it 600K. It went to 180 million. Yes, you've heard it right. 180 million from my call at 600K. That is a 300x return. People in my community have been making generational wealth. And if you're not paying attention, honestly, it's on you because there's so much money to be made in the trenches right now. And you could have just needed one single call like this one. You could have put $1,000. It would be worth 300K right now. So let it sink in for a second. The team is building, the team keeps building, and I'm gonna do an AMA on Twitter with the team, and I'm probably gonna also interview the CEO very, very soon. So stay tuned. There's a lot that has been cooking. There's new tech updates that are gonna be rolled out over the next couple of weeks. So the future for Riv is very, very bright. And obviously, if you're not familiar with me, make sure to turn notifications on. I have a free Telegram, a private group in which people have been making multiple 6 figures to 7 figures just in the last month alone. And I've also started streaming on Kick. So make sure to check out all of my social, kick.com/Cepryl, and you're going to get obviously the early alpha, such as in these videos. And obviously, Riv has been a win, but there's been many other wins as of recent. 𝗙𝗃 has also been another one. And I also want to explain the situation of the dump yesterday that has been eaten for the most part. And I do believe that the worst is over. And I do believe that this is a very, very good entry. 𝗙𝗃 is an exchange, an all-around platform that allows you to trade non-KYC with the use of USDC, not just perps and crypto, but also commodities, indices, and also pre-IPO projects such as, OpenAI, SpaceX. You can trade all of this non-KYC. I think it's a revolutionary product and platform. So what happened yesterday is that unfortunately some guy decided to try to manipulate the price and decided to, after buying $70,000, he decided to exit with a lot of side wallets. Obviously created a lot of sell pressure and people panicked, and there was a cascade of stop losses. But after that, he bought again. So there was a clear manipulation. It's not part of the team. And in fact, the team bought more supply, and the reaction from the team has been a 10 out of 10. And in my opinion, this also reinstated how confident I am in trusting this team. It's been incredibly bullish to see. And I'm here for the long term. I do believe that this is a project that can hit 100 million in market cap. It's another tech project that I'm going to be holding for the long term. So I remain extremely bullish on this. And this is my opinion, is an entry. Now, the other project that I've talked about recently has been Altseason. If you've seen my Kick live streams, I've been shilling this heavily because I actually like this one a lot. We are around at 2x from my call finally. It hit a new all-time high overnight of $4.35 million, and it's freaking Altseason. It's Altseason because all of these bags are pumping so hard, and obviously this is a clear representation of a meme coin that actually stands for the Altseason. So fuck the bears. Altseason is just around the corner in my opinion because people in the trenches, especially if you're following my calls, are making so much money. I'm gonna talk way more about this on my Kick live stream, so make sure to tune in. I'm going live right now every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern, so you're gonna be able to find it there. And there's a lot of good chats on board. Supplement is obviously shielding this a lot. There's 𝗦𝗫𝗍𝗍, there's Hardy, Gen Detector, Self. There's a lot of my friends that are shielding this, and it looks good. It's been, following this accumulation period. I was saying that these were all the areas for accumulation. It finally broke out, and right now it's retesting the all-time high with this double top. Let's see if it's gonna be broken today. I'm quite confident that it's gonna go higher. So check it out. The content is also 10 out of 10. In my opinion, we saw a place like 𝗙𝗃 in the Wojak universe hit 30 million in market cap. I wouldn't be surprised if Altseason went on to a similar run. Then 𝗃 has also been another incredible win for my Discord. I called this at 50K market cap, and it went to 600K market cap. So just with my call alone, I made this project go 12x from my call. So if you're in my Discord, you've obviously been printing, but this is something for the long term. It's not necessarily a meme coin, although it's an egg, whatever. It's an egg, actually, that has been deployed on the Hatch platform. It's a new launchpad. It's very revolutionary, and there's a lot of articles that explain the tech a little bit. And this has also been the first deploy on Hatch. The egg on Hatch, the first deploy on this launchpad. And they made several articles explaining what the guys are about. And there's a very revolutionary idea. Basically, on every transaction, there's a lot of supply that gets burned. And obviously, a lot of KOLs have started to call this, have started to take positions. And in my opinion, it's very, very bullish. It's if you want to see this article, it explains clearly the tech and how it uses dynamic liquidity pools through Meteora, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, there's been some bugs in terms of the liquidity, but right now it's showing as is displaying as correctly. So just use Trojan to see the accurate data. I have a referral link down in the description that gives you 45% cashback on your own trades on Trojan. If you're part of my AP group, I can actually increase that to 50%. That's only for my members. And also, so check out this article. It talks about the dynamic fees, the restructuring in terms of liquidity and how they're reshaping the industry like that. And I think that, you know, the OG plays of launchpads historically do extremely well. And there's also a lot of news that I can share, both in terms of tech and also in terms of catalyst events that are going to occur in the next week. So make sure to follow, because I'm going to post about it on X very soon. But check out this article. It explained it way better than I could do with my own words. And they also released another one, the egg blueprint, and why the egg token gets stronger with every trade. And obviously the bonding curve and the post-graduation, all these fees, egg solves this problem. The Hatch platform itself solves this problem. So check out this article as well. It explains a little more about the dynamic fees and all this kind of structure. And yeah, like new milestone, the volume is increasing, 2 million volume milestone for the Hatch platform. This is brand new technology. So in my opinion, it's going to do extremely well. You'll see me talk about this way more in the future, in the coming days or weeks. And I mean, this has been out for a few days now. I mean, when the push started, but you can see that the deploy occurred around 1 month ago. So the team is on it. I personally know the team. I know that they're very dedicated to this, and you can also see the chart. It honestly speaks volume. It looks extremely good right now. So we're going to see how that goes, but I remain extremely bullish on it. Then there's Disco. Disco, it was something that I called a 60K market cap. I called it around here, and it gave a 5x return if you follow my call. So from 600K to almost 300K. Right now, it saw a major correction, and I do believe that this could be another very good entry, especially if you miss the original call. So you can see, if you want to draw a few lines, you can see that it retested this level around 60K, so very strong support. From 60K, bounced all the way back to 90K, and right now it seems like it's gonna break out again. This is an original character from 𝗦𝗫𝗎𝗪. 𝗦𝗫𝗎𝗪 is the creator of 𝗕p𝗃, of Brett, of the Boys Club, all those characters. I've done very well, especially last year, if you were following my trades on 𝗦𝗫𝗎𝗪 Plays, and it seems like they're getting hot again. 𝗦𝗫𝗎𝗪 Plays are something that goes in cycles, you know? There's a few months in which they're extremely hot, and then a few months in which they pretty much go to zero. Right now, it's starting. I think that a new cycle is starting now for 𝗦𝗫𝗎𝗪 Plays. And I traded originally this one on Ethereum. I did very well on it. I did around a 20x. And after that, obviously, it went to zero. The team abandoned it. This team seems way better than the original one. And it's a fresh launch on Solana. And you can also see that the team has been active. So this is not something that launched, you know, a couple of days ago. It's been around for almost 3 weeks now. They burned more than 30% supply. I know that they're working on doing more burns as well. And I mean, full transparency, it looks really good in terms of tokenomics, in terms of community engagement. When I called it, I think it was at 100 members, and right now we are at 400 members plus. So it's something that I would like to take a look at for the long term. I think it looks extremely good. The chart has been consolidating. It bounced very heavily from the support area. I think there's some sort of degree of supply control. And if it bounced like this and volume is still there, The community engagement is still high. I do believe that it's still gonna reverse and go higher. Then there's M32. This is another play that I particularly like. It's into the X402 and API meta. It's something that has taken a lot of traction lately. It was another call that I made in the Discord around here at like 50, 60K market cap. It was an instant 3x from my members. And obviously some people take profit because 3x, obviously you're supposed to take your initial investment out. This is still a play with, very high risk. It's very hard to understand for a normie, so they have articles about it that you can check out, but it's basically an API integration with X402, which is payment processor for AI agents, etc. The team is releasing a lot of updates, and it seems like the X402 meta is getting a lot of traction. I saw Coinbase post about it just the other day. Other big companies in Web3 are posting about it, so if the eyes are on this, I do believe that it's going to do extremely well. Then I have another play that I want you to add to your watch list, because this, out of all of the plays that I'm talking about today, this might be the most undervalued one. So perhaps the biggest risk to reward ratio, you're going to be able to find it here. This is called Flip. It's an original IP character of an animated series that I actually really, really like this. So the team has been dedicated to this for a very long time now. So if I can see the chart, the deploy was in January, okay? In January, they hit an all-time high of 200K just like around 1 month ago. The chart has been consolidating nicely. It really makes me think that the team has a lot of supply control. And yeah, obviously I can see top holders, they hold a significant amount, but nobody's selling this one. Nobody's selling. The volume is a bit low, so that's the only thing that I would want you to take a look at. But as soon as the volume picks up, I do believe that this could go to a new all-time high super, super easily. Because, guys, the team has been working for like 3 months on this. They're not abandoning it. And even though they had very low volume, they're still dedicated to sending this. And I've spoken with them. I had the pleasure to speak with them. They're super, super serious. And so I'm going to show you a little bit about the lore. So let's go to the story. So a handcrafted animated character built on movement, timing, personality. There's weekly animated episodes. This should be like literally an animated series on TV, on Netflix or something. And they're putting new episodes every single week that you can check out. Let's see, I don't want to get copyrighted, so yeah, I hope there's no sound. But you can check them out. They're releasing a new one every single week. And this is not some AI bullshit work. This is an actual character from a very talented artist from what I can see. And one of the best curated website for a meme coin that I don't even want to call it a meme coin at this point, but you can see this kind of content. It's super, super good. A lot of episodes. I'm not sure how many episodes they have right now, but honestly, it's awesome. It's awesome to see that it's not just some AI slop content like we're seeing the majority of meme coins dropping these days. It looks extremely, extremely good. There's also a gallery from memorable scenes from these episodes. Looks extremely, extremely good. Go on the X profile, and there's a community. I think this is still at a very, very early stage because, you can see that the followers are not too high, so it could really be a gem, in my opinion. Check out, there's also some content that you can see right here on the X page, and you can see that the team is still super, super active, and they've also taken some, updates when it comes to supply, etc. So I'm going to go through a couple of posts. So first of all, 40%, just let it sink in for a second, 40% of the total supply of this token has been locked on Streamflow. You can verify this. It's in the pinned post on the X profile, and you can see 40%. So this is also why the supply control it looks so good as it is, on the chart. Because you can see 40% of the tokens are locked. Like, this is honestly huge. 6 episodes launched so far, 2.7 million views, 20,000 plus hours watched, and 380 plus views across 24 behind the scenes studio videos. There's nearly 5.5K subscribers on YouTube, so there's also a YouTube playlist, obviously, where you can see it right there. The team has spent 15K on buybacks and locks. So if this doesn't tell you anything about how undervalued this play is, I don't know what to tell you, because, there's serious work that the team has been putting into this. And I'm really interested in this. So when I spoke with the team and I saw all this data, I was like, how is it possible that the token is sitting at 100K market cap? They're also going to do spaces very soon, so I'm going to try to attend if it fits my schedule and if we can figure it out with the time zones. I'd definitely be interested in learning more about this project. But I've been doing some research over the last few days. They also got a TikTok account. They're pretty much everywhere. They also entered the Pump Fund Hackathon. Guys, this is so interesting. I haven't seen a project like this that is so undervalued in a very long time. Like, I'm not even kidding. And 40% supply locked, all verifiable through Streamflow, should really make you understand the long-term approach that the team is taking. This is not a quick money grab like it could look like. It's definitely not the case, because otherwise the team wouldn't have locked the tokens. The team would have probably, sold tokens. But if they locked all of this, it's a lot of supply control that cannot be sold. So this is, in my opinion, extremely bullish. They've also applied for CoinMarketCap just the other day. They're putting some content to obviously celebrate this kind of milestone, although it's still an application. I'm sure that they're going to be accepted. So they're definitely taking moves. They're taking all the necessary steps to give attention to the token, and with more and more attention with these catalyst events and with a controlled supply and with new content being released, I think that there's going to be a lot of catalyst events to send the project higher. So I remain very bullish on this. I'm bought a bag personally, and I'm very curious to see how this goes. I think that it's going to go to a new all-time high very soon. I thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the description of this video. If you want to get the best entries out of all the calls that I make sure to check out my private group. It's also going to be linked in the description. And I think that the reviews speak for themselves. A bunch of new members over the last few days, obviously, with all the incredible track records that I've had as of recent. And people are making serious money. Like, imagine what you could have accomplished just by following one single call, like the one of Riv or the one of the one of Egg even, or Altseason. Like, all these projects are absolutely sending. So I would encourage you guys to check out my group and to see you there. So until next time, take care for now.